Welcome back to Bright Raven Gaming. Today, we're doing some of the Drunkthrough, but we're doing it with Call of Cthulhu. I am your host, Bastion, but I'm not alone. Again, I am co-piloted in this ship of madness with...
EmKay here.
She's trying to help me not mess up as bad as we did in the last Drunkthrough. So, bear with us, and hopefully we can pull this one off. Oh, select, that sounds fine. Yes, new game. And here we go.
Boston, 1928. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Cannot say that word.
Torpor, you're good.
Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license.
Okay. So,
A drunk detective who is forced to take a case. Original.
as long as he's a shamus, that's all that matters.
Haha. First World War.
Yeah.
Which I had to wait like 10 years. No, wait. I mean the last one.
If I am mad.
Yeah, okay, sorry, I was right.
Oh my goodness, that's I'm not skipping it. Game saved. Okay. Oh wait. All right, so we're already starting out this game in an interesting manner. The immediate start of the game is us that's a fish of some sort. Not that we can tell all that much from it. Somewhere down there that I think it came from. That's a shark. That's a shark. Shark.
Sharks are actually pretty funny.
Yes, they are.
I think they're intense, but they're pretty cool.
Some of them are very, very actually gentle animals.
Yeah.
If you can actually pet them and all that. Okay, crouch is control, just like in the last game.
Newport Aquarium, they had a big old orange big shell. Tiger shark.
Where was it? I am trying to but the tutorial is being it's all fun. Yes, let's look at the settings. Controls. Camera sensitivity is fine. The keyboard's what I need to know. Move Mac. Interact is E. Thank you very much, game, for completing this. Alright, so thank you. controls. Camera sensitivity. Keyboard. Light. Middle mouse button. Very well. Alright. Okay, so I just... no matter what I push, interact. Awesome. I'll accept. Ah! That made no sense whatsoever. It just gave me a prompt. Yeah. Oh.
So you needed the light in order to see that.
Wasn't that silly? Alright.
You didn't pick up stuff you can't see.
I get it. Well, I don't know. I always have to. In this world, where Cthulhu might be amigos, still wouldn't always have hands. Okay. I guess we can use this now. Excuse me, and let's oh, we're going to eat.
In my wake, pulled along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
I don't know what that is. What do you think, Miss EmKay? That way? Or that way?
Well, there was something in that other direction. I think we
That way or that way? Oh, that's a orca.
What a putrid offering.
That is so sad. I actually like it.
Don't fight.
Run.
You have been chosen.
Running. Just a little bit of run. Up. And now we need to interact.
Behold,
Oh!
everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Okay. Well, everybody, I do believe we were just having a nightmare.
I hate whiskey.
You hate whiskey.
Somebody said I hate whiskey or I have whiskey.
No, he said I hate whiskey. He does not realize it, but he's going to be drinking a lot more before this game is over. Alright, we got glowy things. So let's go explore the glowy things.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Door swings, whichever way swings.
Yeah. Alrighty.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Go to the Red Sox then. Go back there. Go back. No. can't say which direction. I can't point to his hand except for at the screen. So it's like,
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Here we go. No. I'm still drinking. This is Drunkthrough. Here we go. Every time he drinks, I'm drinking. I am not answering that phone until I look at everything else.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Alright. Oh, here we go. This is actually a thing.
Oh.
Alright.
Pierce, Investigation Agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my, quote, remedy, unquote, to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I'll probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment against... Despite treatment, I again hear the voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me?
And if we remember what we just heard about Mr. Lovecraft, the creative folks often had these nightmares. More interestingly enough, another person who actually helped out with the Cthulhu mythos was a man by the name of Ambrose Bierce. And if you notice, this guy's name is Pierce. I find that very, very interesting. So that's pretty cool. So E to navigate the main menu, S to navigate objectives. Okay, no objectives. E, here we go. So, I don't think I have any thing to use. In fact, I'm still not answering that yet. I want to kind of explore everything else first.
I wonder why I still take these things.
Okay, that's for sleeping. I know the phone is ringing. Thank you very much. Because
I used to be an avid reader.
the phone is going to ask me my stats. I think that's what's going to happen, so I want to explore everything before
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have 8 CP available for the characters. Here's my thing. I want to really explore the understanding of the occultism of this character.
Yeah.
So I'm going to max out occultism. What do you think should be the other? Maybe spot hidden? Or which one would you think? Okay, they got that up to level 2. Oh, that only got it up to level 3. So I think, does that sound good to you?
Did you use all them up?
Yes, I used all my points, all for occultism. You think that'll work?
I want to do like one for psychology on this. Well,
All right.
it looks like that leans that direction anyway. I think you'll be all right like this.
You think he'll be all right like this?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yes, we will do.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
Oh, there I am.
I'm coming.
Oh, somebody's knocking at the door. All right, so...
They want your baby. Oh, no, that's the wrong game.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You haven't seen Drunk yet, and I'm just saying...
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Nope.
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead.
Oh.
Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
All right.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
All right.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness,
He's not gonna like my answer.
or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture.
All right.
That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Okay. So I can hit J, my objectives.
That's a lot of reading right there.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Wants me to reopen. Alright. Reopen the case. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Examine the painting. Examine the file. That's fine. Let's examine this painting. And remember, we hit E. Examine. You ready to do this? Alrighty, here we go.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries.
Okay, so we've examined.
Okay, in actuality, there's a lot of detail, like attention to detail too. It's foggy, but the lines are very discreet. So to say that this was by a mad person, she seemed to be well enough in her mind to be able to draw this.
Yeah, because she seems to be right. Oh, I can't. Dang it. Oh,
Yeah, she's right there at the
she's
bottom.
right there, and then we have
Well, I'm just saying the painting in and of itself. I mean, this is
Yeah.
pretty well done.
I would actually hang this on my wall. I'm not gonna lie.
You could probably buy that online somewhere.
We probably could.
Yeah, you can put it up on your wall.
I.
Its walls are very empty right now.
Oh God!
Well, dude, most people's walls are empty in these places.
All right. That's...
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Yeah. Okay.
My walls would be empty if my little brother didn't get me a big poster of Starry Night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We rotated. This is going to be a lot like some of the other games we've looked at. We have to make sure we're looking at all the parts of the stuff.
There it is.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Oh. Okay.
Something's not right about the story. I like that one.
Okay. Right here.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
All right.
Where did you? That one.
Right here. All right.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
So we've done this one. So we want this one or this one, right?
Well, I mean, wait a minute. Didn't we just say that it didn't mention her fragile? Did it mention her fragile state?
Well, I think he's talking about reading at a different time when this
But
happened.
this is in the police report.
Right. We've not spoken early about the police report, but we saw it, and I do think it said something about that. So, what do you think?
Sure.
We'll go ahead and...
Let's go ahead and just do that one first. Then we
Because
can
I don't want to do this one, because I think that's wrong. Yeah.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Okay, saw things like H.P. Lovecraft saw things? Is that what we're going with here? In the opening cinematic, we saw somebody with tentacles, and now we're getting H.P. Lovecraft sightings. All right, let's...
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater.
Right.
Find Warehouse 36.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's all the information I need. I don't want to do that.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
Not be any fun.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse.
Okay.
Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Ooh.
Something's queer,
Whoa.
but it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic.
Come over here.
I'll no doubt find some information on this.
Glass.
Yeah, just like after that little jab.
There we go. Drink again. Very nice, very nice. Oh, that jerk. My situation. I'll show him my situation. I don't remember this one. Okay.
It didn't work amid aimed to. I cannot remember.
Hey, Dense worked aimed at interns and young practitioners. The first volume lists all illnesses known in civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment.
Oh, I got it.
So, character sheet by J.
Oh, I see. So we just pick up random stuff.
So, we went from like 6% to 12%.
There we
with that.
go.
Yeah. And that's how we're going to raise up our stats, so to say, in this. We're going to raise them up. See, this is 40%, 20%, 40%, 40%. This is well more than 100%,
Our
but
medical
whatever,
thing
I'll
is just
take it.
really low.
It is, and the only way we can raise our medical, from what I understand, is by getting books and collecting books. And that's the same way with the occult. Everything else we can raise a little bit better, but this is only raised by this. How can we go to... Oh, okay. We can actually do this just by mouse clicking. Cool. Charles Hawkins. Sarah Hawkins, Simon Hawkins. Feel free to pause the game.
Schoolboy.
Yeah, schoolboy. Feel free to pause the game at any time to read the things that I am just kind of glancing over a little bit here. All right.
I wouldn't necessarily say that's done by a mad person, because that's actually pretty well done.
I wouldn't either. Oh, wait a minute. There's her son right there.
Oh, that's what that is.
So this is her son. This is her, and I'm guessing that her husband probably had anger issues. Thus, she is putting him in this picture as a monster.
I'm thinking more that that the husband was involved in a cult, and this is literally just the scary dude that we saw in our dream.
That is probably logically true, but I'm trying from a psychological standpoint.
Well, so she's having visions, and if we're trying to put this in the Cthulhu
You're right,
mythos,
you're
it
right,
would
you're
just
right,
be,
you're
you know,
right.
Mr. Rando monster dude.
You're right, you're right.
Rando monster. Lost Battalion. Oh shit. Sorry.
10, 7, 18. My old lighter that I engraved it. Oh. Yeah, so this guy definitely, our main character, Mr. Pierce, definitely has some PTSD. I'm just saying. What's he got here?
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
All right. I think we've looked at everything else in this room. The only thing that is really important left is more drink. I want to finish this class before I leave. Please. I don't think they're going to let me finish this class before I leave. Ah, I did. There we go. Finished it.
Here we go.
There we go. I am still not this toasted.
Let's go to bed.
No, we're going to the case. Oh, I have to hold it.
Yeah.
Can I hold it?
Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting on the ship label. An address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. Place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation.
By the way,
It's chapter 2. What?
cheers.
Oh. I weren't saying anything. I was confused. I thought you were pointing at something.
It's okay. So, this loading screen is wonderful.
Hey.
I like it. It's good artwork. But him saying that was the painting of a mad woman, I think that was a mistake. I think that was a beautiful painting. I would hang that on my wall.
Yeah, like I said, it's one of those things of, someone who is not of their mind would not pay attention to that much detail on the particular things.
And you remember that my birthday's coming up soon, so.
Oh, yeah.
All right, enter the
Just gonna
madness.
PO box it
Yeah, I know. Have all the wonderful
out.
people.
Patreon, so I can buy some
I don't actually have Patreon. I Cyanide Studios. That's not terrifying. So we maxed out our as best we could. Together, but
We're almost there.
I'm kind of excited to see what that's going to change. It looks like they just have a mountain. I mean, that's all it looks like is a mountain and falling crags. And
There we go. Call of
oh boy, here we go. Wait, Cthulhu? No.
No, I say it. I always say it.
Oh, it is the Scylla. That is so cool because Scylla was one of the mythical creatures, many-headed monster of Greek myth. That was a big thing. I have no idea, but I think it's pretty cool.
I mean, same people at sea have their superstitions. You wouldn't necessarily name something that is known for
Taking
sailors.
Stay on board.
That's pretty.
That's like, I'm going to rename, I think, the Hindu.
There's guys coming to unload.
Oh, stay aboard.
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Oh, okay.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
There it is.
So,
There it is.
what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
By the way, I'm on autopilot right now.
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office.
Okay.
If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
All right. So, okay, I can move now. Let me see how everything works.
Oh my gosh, this dog.
This dock, actually, for a game that has that came out a little while ago, this is actually not a bad looking game. It's not bad. This looks like almost a Bethesda game.
So we have our objectives.
Yeah. Oh, I want to.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this. This
Hey,
is another,
Sullivan.
Remember we saw
Can't you
Killer
go any
Whale
faster?
not so long ago?
See how old this thing is. If we
Flashback.
force it too much, we'll break it.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Move along.
Come on.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
put
Yes,
that
sir.
beast
Yes,
back
sir.
in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Let me look at
They're cops. They can't understand.
Oh, I can.
Damn.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
All right.
There's something coming. Something
buddy.
real
They're trying to
bad.
put it back in the
They are
water.
trying to put it back.
Don't
there.
Well,
put
I
that
mean,
beast
heck,
back in
don't
the
leave it
water,
there.
you shysters. You're crazy.
Well, if you notice,
Cops,
I mean,
they
look at
can't
right there.
understand.
See, the crabs are already
Damn
getting
stupid
to it.
idiots.
Uh,
Forget it.
crabs
Nobody listens
are-
to us anyway.
Let's be honest. Crabs
That's
are the
no way to
roaches
treat
in
an
the sea,
omen.
So
Oh, yeah.
they're just a
He's
little
gonna
bit more
get us into
edible.
trouble. You
So
can't
we get
understand.
by
You're not
here.
sailors.
So they told us to either
It's a
go to
sign.
his office,
There's something
something
coming.
there,
Something
or go
real
to
bad.
go to the-
Don't put that
I
beast
think-
back in the water,
wait a
you
minute.
shysters. You're
Good
crazy. They're cops. They
Get a
can't
drink.
understand.
Yeah.
Get a drink. This is a drunk through, after all. So get the drink. Get the drink. Let's see that location is blocked off. So let's. Oh wait a minute.
Prohibition.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
You know, I imagine that's probably true. By the way,
I heard a conspiracy that
well, actually, the history behind prohibition.
yeah, so it was just a conspiracy. I
Yes.
guess. Might be something with it, might not. I don't know.
A overly zealous religious group actually started the idea of prohibition, saying that liquor made people less holy.
Well, I mean, you're not, depending on the religion, you're not really supposed to get
And yet
spit
He
can.
just spat at us. That jerk face. Okay. I'm a little annoyed about that.
Hey, be careful.
Thump.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
Oh my goodness, it's a female character. She won't be significant at all.
Well, it's not only female.
Let's get him
character, it's
another
a
drink.
rude
He's
female
dry.
Character.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Ah. Alright. There. Oh, I have
You
a-
saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Alright.
Okay, one moment here. I really hate when these things like, I kind of want to say this. So you click on that, and then it just goes in a completely different reaction. Like, no,
Yeah.
I didn't want to tell on him. I just wanted to say the obvious. Like, hey, I wasn't looking for trouble.
You're not wrong. You're
And
not
it's
wrong.
like, instead of saying I was looking for trouble, it's like he started it. It's like, no, I didn't want to say that.
Well, this is one of the great reasons why I enjoy co-op playthroughs, because co-op playthroughs allow for you to have an opinion, me to have an opinion, us to work on it, and then be able to, put an answer up on the board, especially even if it's a drunk through, right? Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to get a drink. What do you think?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I kind of want to find out about Darkwater, but if you want to get it.
Well, I'm thinking, since this guy's kind of closed off and he doesn't really want to talk,
Yeah.
if we order a drink or two from him, maybe he will allow that,
Yeah.
right?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
Okay, so that didn't work. What do you think? Find out? Because he seems kind of...
I don't want to do the prohibitions. That would be kind of awesome.
Okay.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy.
Yeah.
The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water. When our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
I really like the voice actor for this. I don't know. I'm down here listening to it. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can.
I think it's
I'm
pretty
kind of
cool.
hoping it's not being picked up on the mic because of how we have to set it.
Yeah.
How about the Sarah?
Yeah.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why.
Because you're a simple.
Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Okay.
True that they were strange.
Or this one.
Yeah, I guess that one.
All right.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
Well, that's true.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
All right. This one?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Yeah. enough said, because that's the only one we have done.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what it do all that?
Yeah, we already did that.
Prohibition?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island.
Okay.
What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Oh, she?
Yeah, we know who that is. Okay, so I'm going to... So try and order another drink and go for the warehouse.
Let's try to order.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is
Yeah,
a
he's
privilege,
right, though.
and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
Alright,
Yeah,
so
it's
we
in the
have
warehouse.
find out about Dark Water or Warehouse.
Well, didn't we already do the one? Let's find it. Okay, so we did do this.
Yeah, we did do that one. Alright.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse
Dang, I
36,
was hoping to get
Darkwater
severely
Harbor.
roasted here.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
That's all.
Yeah,
That'll be all for now.
I think we said the wrong thing to him to begin with when we knocked this fella over.
Well, that wasn't really our doing anyway. It was more the game kind of triggering that to happen.
Yeah, but we had options.
Did we? I didn't see that.
Yeah, we had lots of options. Oops. Oh well.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Yeah. He did. What was that, 68?
Yeah.
But Captain Fitzroy,
He's 12.
12. Oh my, oh my.
Winchester.
What?
Winchester.
Oh, look at that. Sam Winchester. I guess we got, what is that show? Supernatural up in here?
I like how they're throwing stuff I wanted though.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Okay. The Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Thursday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch that the brave vessel had on aboard. Nope.
My God.
I'm guessing they had a big old whale.
Big old whale. Whale on the tail.
Yeah, well, that's probably true.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
That's interesting. I am not getting a whole lot of information out of these people. Alright.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got. That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
Alright.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
Okay.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Oh. I think I'd be like that. Okay, so I guess we go talk to the lady? Yes? Alright, here we go. Here we go. Lady.
What you looking at, stranger?
I want your booze. Give me booze.
She can certainly put them away. Yeah.
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger.
I would if I could.
I told you to beat
drink
it.
with you. Ah, she told me to beat it. She is obviously not wooed by my charms.
She needs to be eyeing down the frickin' bartender.
That's probably because she's the one that supplied him with the
She's
booze.
just giving him such a dirty look, and all he's doing is just running around the bar.
So I didn't get much out of this. I'm gonna be truthful.
Daloo.
What did I get from this information of all these people
we
I
learned
just talked
a
with?
bunch from the, we learned about the miraculous catch.
Right, but I mean. Oh, wait a minute.
And we learned that they get their booze from.
She won't stop asking.
Yeah. Well,
That might be
assumption.
relevant.
She will get us
Assumption
into trouble.
that she gets. We get
I
the
know,
booze from
I
the
know.
lady. We don't know that for sure. It's kind of disappointing that we weren't able to get a little bit more out of that, and yet everything is still blocked off. So I guess we gotta go talk to the captain. You good to go?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
Oh, wait, I forgot. Gotta go.
Which it's pretty bad. Oh, there is. Okay, there's a lot. There's a lot going on in this game really early. All right. But can I close the door? Awesome. That knife in my pocket's not gonna mean anything.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
All right. There's a lot of things. All right. I don't want to go talk to the captain yet.
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Oh. Okay.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
Wow.
Whoa, 70 years. Look at that. So, they were actually taking what whales came in and out. That's pretty cool.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Alright. And yes, I'm trying to look at everything, kind viewers, to make sure that I don't make any mistakes.
This toilet design is actually very interesting. The reason why the water is way at the top is to when you flush the toilet, the weight of the water coming down, that's why water towers are always elevated really high. It's literally water pressure.
Miss EmKay, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
she knows more than I do about water pressure. And that works fine for me. Oh, there's a book. Oh, medicine! Remember-
Volume 2.
Yeah, this is the only way we could update our medicine, so that's pretty cool. Alright. Alright, so Jay, and our medicine went from 12 to 14.
Wow, that didn't go up very high at all.
It might not have went up very high, but I'm glad it went up.
Yeah.
Right?
So I think that's our lowest one so far.
Right, and if we get anything like, say, a medical pack later on,
Yeah.
now we'll be able to actually heal ourselves. While last time we weren't able, we wouldn't have been able to. Look at this map. That's pretty cool.
Huh.
And the miraculous, well, I don't know if it's the miraculous catch, but it's definitely...
Is it flipping the boat?
Yeah, it's flipping the boat. Alright, so we can actually go upstairs without having to go straight to the captain. So there's stuff for us to investigate, which is kind of cool. Still doing alright?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Awesome.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Look at that.
I think Mr. Fitzroy is more of a man than he is.
Well, that's only because he still has all his parts. And speaking of parts,
We're gonna end it here?
there's the peg leg.
Oh, there it is.
What a macabre souvenir.
Oh, look, that's cool. It's got a Greek, Norwegian, French. There's a lot of different flags there. Norwegian. Wait. You can tell I've had a few, ladies and gentlemen. I am starting to lose my bacon, as it were. Yeah, we've already...
Your bartender sucks.
Norwegian. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payments to the carrier. Cat.
Oh my. How much do you want to bet that Cat was the chick that was smoking?
She's the only woman we've found so far.
And to be perfectly honest...
He just needs to send a paper back with K.
Yeah. Is he gonna have a Miss EmKay in front of it?
No, just literally K. Just the letter K. Nothing makes people more infuriated than with that response.
Alright, so how long have we been playing this game now, you think?
I have no idea. I don't even know when we started.
Oh my.
Let's go ahead and... Well, I mean, I know what time it is. I just don't know what time we started.
Yeah. Hey, you want to start this? Because I'm sure this is going to take a minute.
No, let's just go ahead and wait till next time.
Alright, so this is going to wrap up this episode of Bright Raven Gaming. I hope you have enjoyed the first episode of Call of Cthulhu. If you have, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, this has been Bastion and...
Miss EmKay.
And I hope you have a great day.